Hey, it's Ev. So last time I made a video was about like a year and a half ago. So sorry about the very long delay. A lot has happened in between my last video and this one. For obvious starters, I started testosterone. That was something that I was talking about that I really was fighting for and wanted to do. It took me to move to a different state, and it took me actually 3.5 years to be able to start testosterone. And the only reason why I was able to start it is because I moved away and then started it right away in a different state. I just had my official year on T like 2 weeks ago, which is really exciting. Yeah, and I thought it was about time, seeing as the last video you saw I was pre-T and I just had my 1 year. I thought it was probably about time to do an update video because some of you have been asking me to do one. I look a bit different, I obviously sound a bit different, so it's pretty exciting stuff. I decided to do a Q&A and kind of a update vid just to like let y'all know where I'm at. I told you to send me questions and I'll answer them for you. Okay. Do you like to dance? Actually I do like to dance, but I'm not good at it. How tall are you? I am 5'4". I'm a small bean. Sorry, my cat was eating my food. Have you been to Europe? No, but I plan on going next year. That's the #1 place I want to travel all over is Europe. What does your names mean for you, and why were you given them / why did you choose them? So my full name that I go by right now is Ev Maegan Gitaginwa Ohaj, which is French and it's Ojibwe. Ev is obviously French, that's a kind of an older French boy's name. Gitaginwa means freckled, Maegan means wolf. So Ev, freckled wolf, Ohaj, or Orage, which is big storm in French. And I picked the majority of my name, but my ex-fiance helped me pick out Ev and Ohaj because that was when I was engaged to him. That was about the time that I was like officially coming out, and that's when I was changing my name and going by strictly he, him pronouns. But we don't talk about him. Alright. Do you have anxiety when it comes to doctors, etc.? Do you have tips for getting over the anxiety? I have severe PTSD. A big portion of that has to do with medical stuff. So I do have pretty severe anxiety when I have to do anything medical. I actually have to warn nurses and doctors ahead of time that I'm going to have an anxiety attack, so I need something to help me with that. Otherwise I'll just be like panicking and hyperventilating the entire time and they won't be able to get anything done. So I am pretty straightforward about it. What I suggest you do is look up grounding tips and how to ground yourself when you can feel yourself physically starting to have an anxiety attack or panic attack. I am horrible at doing that, so it's not something that I necessarily follow myself, but that's my tip to you. Oh my god. Alright. What's your favorite thing to do when you feel down? I just curl up in bed and cuddle my animals and watch Netflix for hours. That's my favorite thing to do. Or I like to go thrift shopping and get a good latte. That always makes me happy. talk about your hormonal transition process. I kind of touched about it right away earlier in this video, but where do I start? It took me a long time to be able to transition because where I'm from, where I'm at right now, is a pretty small and bigoted area. It's not progressive whatsoever. It's a small town in northern Minnesota, so nobody is like updated, and they kind of see trans being as an illness and not, you know, an identity. So I had to fight to start hormones. I literally gave up and moved. That's the only reason why I started hormonal transitioning. I started it in Chicago. It only took me a month to start testosterone, and the only reason why it actually took a month was because I'm chronically ill, and they had to do a bunch of blood tests to make sure that it wouldn't affect me, you know, negatively. But yeah, I do shots every week, and it's been a year and a couple weeks, which is really exciting. I never ever thought I would get to this place or be where I'm at right now, which is really like awesome. I'm really grateful. What kind of illness do you have? So, like I said, I'm chronically ill. I have a rare blood clotting disease. It makes it so, it's like my veins are rusty, and so it makes it want to clot all over my body. I've been having blood clots my entire life, but the most prominent one happened when I was 16. And so I had a blood clot in my armpit into my chest and not my jugular, which is extremely dangerous. Like, that's usually people get blood clots in their legs, but of course I'm super lucky and I got it into my chest and not my jugular, and so they had to go in and break it up and take it out. But I have so much damage in my chest and like right here and my entire right arm that I'm actually disabled in my right arm now. The only reason why I get blood flow in it and out is because I have 2 stents in my chest. They had to open up my chest, remove my main vein, and patch it with one from my thigh, and then put stents in to hold it in place, to hold it open. And so blood can go into this arm, but it takes forever for it to go out, so it causes chronic pain, and I have nerve damage, so it's incredibly painful and not fun because I'm right-handed and I can barely use my right arm now. And it's only gonna get worse. They actually warned me that they might have to amputate my right arm, so I am grateful that I still have my arm, but it is extremely painful and it limits what I can do without getting like severe migraines and stuff like that. I also have an autoimmune deficiency, so I get sick really easily. It affects me really intensely, and I am in the hospital a lot. My medical bills are great. I am an expensive catch. Okay, let me see if there's any more questions. How has being trans and struggling with body identity issues around that interacted with your health issues? Like, how do the two influence each other? That's a good question. So not all trans people have dysphoria. That's just a fact. But I do. I have, like, chest dysphoria and just, like, you know, in general. Probably just, like, I'm chronically ill, so I'm on medication for that. I'm also on testosterone. Testosterone affects your blood, which is just common sense. But since I have a blood disease, they have to constantly monitor my levels and stuff like that. And so I have PTSD from medical stuff. So it all actually interacts with each other. Like, my chronic pain, my dysmorphia, my dysphoria, my PTSD, like, it's all a constant, like, shitty cycle. So that's great. But yeah, I think those are all the questions. I just wanted to do a little update video so you could, you know, kind of see where I'm at, hear my voice, just hear, you know, like just to say hi and like I miss y'all. So I will actually be making more videos. I'm in the middle of moving right now. I'm moving from northern Minnesota to Denver, Colorado. So, you know, new beginnings, all that fun stuff. But yeah.